Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into another CMF series. And today this is a series that I have been wanting to make for so long. This is one of my all-time favorite shows. It holds such a special place in my heart. The Clone Wars. Oh my goodness, just looking back on all of the episodes, I remember when they premiered and just watching them over and over again on the Cartoon Network, and boy, it really does take me back. And honestly, I'm beside myself with Disney Plus bringing back the Clone Wars for its final season and capping off all these stories and amazing characters. And speaking of which, I know going into the series there's only 16 figures in the series, but you know, there's hundreds of characters, of course, to pick from the 7 seasons of the Clone Wars, and we're going to talk about that a little bit at the end. But just so you know, it was very difficult to pick, and going into this series, of course, I wanted to include the main characters, ones that appeared a lot throughout the story, as well as just important ones, as well as just kind of update some of the ones that I feel like were really, you know, it's a debated thing. I think some people really do like the bug eyes for Clone Wars, the Clone Wars sets and things from the past. I myself prefer the regular Lego eyes and just styles and different things like that. So we're going to get into that, and I did update a lot of characters as well as just include some characters that I can't believe we've never gotten in minifigure form. But anyways, everyone, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started with the chosen one himself, Anakin Skywalker. And I knew that I wanted to include him in the series, and I just immediately went to the general outfit. I didn't want to do one from the new season. I wanted to include his outfit from the first few seasons as well as the movie, and simply because I think that the one that we got is really lacking in terms of color. Just specifically the color. I look at some of the other toys and different things, and I just love the look of the dark red and dark blue. I just think that it works so well. Of course, his accessory here is just a lightsaber, but I'm just so happy with how he turned out. And moving on to the next character, it is of course Ahsoka, and I had to include her in the series, and I decided to do her outfit from season 7, and it was just bit of a challenge to make. I couldn't decide what headpiece to use for her, and I wound up actually designing my own that was kind of in between her age, I guess, between Rebels and the Clone Wars ones that we've gotten in minifigure form already. You'll also note that she does have colored eyes here because that is what they did with Rebels, and you're going to see that with a couple of other female characters specifically going through this series, as well as her lightsabers are a bit of a different color. They're a little darker, which I see a lot of people doing when they are making custom figures and different things for Ahsoka, so I feel like it does look and improve the figure a little bit, but I'm really happy with how she turned out. And then moving on to the next character, of course, if Anakin's in the series, we have to include his master, OBI-WAN Kenobi. You guys actually got to decide which figure you wanted me to do, a general version to go with Anakin or a Mandalorian one, and I'm really happy that we did choose this. It is the only Mandalorian representation in the series. And just the outfit, I think, looks really cool. The scratches and the detail was so much fun to make. But we're going to talk about the beard in a second with a different minifigure. But in terms of the pieces that he comes with, he's got the Commissioner Gordon hair from the Lego Batman movie there in medium nougat, and he comes with his lightsaber as well as the classic jetpack. He also comes with a helmet that you could put on to have him in disguise when he is on Mandalore. And then moving on to the next character, of course, Captain Rex had to be in the series somewhere, which is why he's here in his Snow Clone Trooper outfit. It is shocking to me that after all these years, we've never gotten a Snow Clone Trooper, and I did base this off of the newer designs for the Snow Troopers, but of course it made it more of a Clone Trooper rather than the Snow Trooper one, because it is a different sort of outfit. Not so much the chest, though. The chest was really similar, as well as the fabric there on the hips. That is very similar to the First Order ones, as well as underneath the helmet. I did update his face there, and I was playing around with a couple of different hair pieces, and honestly, I just looked at 11 for inspiration, and I noticed that for 11 from Stranger Things, they didn't give her hair piece, even though they have the same sort of hair length, so I decided not to give Rex one either. Next in the series, we have Senator Padme Amidala, and I'm so happy with how this figure came out. Honestly, I was trying to come up with a version for her, and this just seemed like the most logical. I really love the outfit, and just the hair piece itself was just so much fun to work with. And she does have a fabric piece, because I don't think that dresses have printing on the side as of yet in a CMF series or different things like that, so I had to have it be fabric. But hopefully down the line we'll have confirmation that they can print on the side, so I don't have to do that. And she does come with another new piece besides the hair piece. She has her blaster, which I just think is something so important, and we really need to get that for her. Next, we have ASAJJ Ventress, and this is an updated version of her from the earlier seasons of the Clone Wars. I felt that this was just such an iconic version of the character that I just needed to update it. And honestly, I think that this just looks really, really great with those eyes and everything. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And of course, her accessories are the lightsaber pieces that was created for her. Next in the series, we have HONDO OHNAKA, and he's just one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time, as well as just from the Clone Wars. I think he is just truly amazing, and he comes with an accessory there, and that is actually the same piece used for Salacious Crumb, which is a Kowakian monkey lizard. I just recolored the Salacious Crumb piece there to match his pet there, and of course he also comes with a new hat piece. Next in the series, I had to include Count Dooku, which is why he's here, and he's in his pajama outfit, which I think is a really big fan favorite. Specifically, it was added to Battlefront 2, and the face print itself was a little difficult to decide on what I was going to do, because originally I played around with the idea of having this realistic look for him and changing the colors from the existing Count Dooku figure to match the sort of gray look that he has in Clone Wars, but it really wasn't working. It just didn't fit. It didn't look like him. And then I had the idea to make the beard and everything feel more cartoony, but at the same time grounded and make it feel realistic, which is what I did for Obi-Wan as well as Dooku here. Next, we have Commander Cody in his Phase 2 armor, and this is just something that I can't believe we've never gotten. Of course, I have a feeling that we are going to be getting it very soon, hopefully. And he does come with a new helmet piece that can have those sort of helmet attachments clip on in orange there, and taking off the helmet you can see underneath that he does have some face print there with the scar, and that was a lot of fun to draw. And the hair piece that he's using is actually Zane's from the Lego Ninjago movies in black. Next, we have Wat Tambor, one of the missing separatist leaders, I would say, that we still need in minifigure form. I would love to have him in a Mustafar set or a Ryloth set, literally anything, but here he is here, and he is kind of based off of his appearance from the video game, but I updated it a lot, as well as his accessory here that he has is a chest meant to represent one of the ones that he's trying to steal, and of course he does come with a new neck attachment. Next in the series, we have a Jedi Temple Guard. This is something that I think we really need, specifically a Jedi Temple, and these need to be in the set with their yellow lightsabers. And I'm just so tired of double-sided lightsabers not having a new piece. It's been 20 years of LEGO Star Wars, and we've never gotten a new lightsaber piece for that, so I decided to make one here. And I think that the blades are the shorter blades, and I was looking at some of the toys and different things, and it makes it seem like their blades aren't actually as long as other blades, so I thought that was kind of interesting. This comes with a fabric piece for the legs, as well as using the newer hood piece there. I, of course, had to include Duchess Satine in the series. Oh my goodness, how have we never gotten her in minifigure form? The hairpiece took me so long to make. It was ridiculous. But honestly, this is one of the most detailed figures I think I've ever done. In terms of the headpiece itself, I hope that it does look realistic with the proportions and different things for these sections of the headgear, because it was just such a difficult task to do. And speaking of hard headgear, Mother Talzin also was just such a pain to do as well, and she's here using the Jafarmer piece there, as well as this new headgear that can slide on that acts as like the fabric in the back there, as well as just the headgear. And she was just so hard to do in terms of the face prints as well. It took a while to work on, but this is really, really detailed with the pattern and everything. I'm happy with how she turned out, as well as her accessory is the doll of Dooku that she uses to sort of torture him, which connects well with the variant included for him in the series. And what better way to have a battle droid in the series, as well as reference my favorite arc, by having the training outfit for the Commando droid also in Battlefront 2 as a skin. And it's just the regular Commando droid recolored and with different prints. Next we have ARC Trooper 5. This is one of the most popular clones and one of my personal favorites, and it was just so much fun to create. He's using all the same sort of stuff that came in the regular ARC Trooper, with the neck attachment, the leg attachment, as well as the helmet, but all colored to make it be 5s. And underneath that you can put on the Zane hairpiece in black, and it was just so much fun to actually draw his face there and have the tattoo of the 5 on his side in Arabish. And his accessory is the chip that all the clones have inside them from the later Kamino arc in the last season. And lastly in the series, I had to include Palpatine and Darth Sidious somewhere in this series, which is why he's here. And honestly, this could be one of the best Star Wars lightsaber duels of all time. I don't think that it gets enough praise, and I just love it so much. And I was really looking forward to drawing this minifigure, and I'm happy with how it turned out, that I didn't want to cover up the torso with the lightsabers, which is why I actually did 2 versions of him without the lightsabers being ignited so that you can see it and everything. And speaking of that, look at how he's holding the lightsabers there. Look familiar? Just saying. But anyways, everyone, that is the Clone Wars series. I had so much fun making this series. I love the show to death. It's just so incredible. And it was so hard to decide the 16 minifigures that I was going to put in the series. And I asked a lot of people which characters I should include, because I think that this is a really important series. It's an important show. And I hope that I did it justice with the characters and different things that I did include in the series. Of course, I gotta mention a few that I didn't include in the series, and some that I really did want to, but just didn't make the list. I gotta address a couple of people that I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments about. The 332nd Company Trooper was actually in our Disney Plus series. Of course, I would have loved to put that in here, a nice little tie-in to the 501st sort of design of troopers, as well as just honoring Ahsoka that way for season 7. I would have loved to do that, but I've already done it. As well as the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch, that was a great start to the season, but I could not justify including 4 characters in this series that I've never seen before and have no, I guess, connection to over some of these characters. But I will say that I had so much fun making this series, and I have written down a series 2 already plotted out with 16 more characters already decided. If the series does well, maybe I will release it with the end of the season 7 on Disney Plus. But anyways, everyone, I hope that you did enjoy this video. Let me know down below in the comment section which ones were your favorites, and let me know which ones you would have liked to see me make. But anyways, everyone, I hope that you did enjoy this, and I hope that you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.